So I wanted to make a video talking about PvP, but at the same time I didn't really want to make one. Anyway, if you do watch my stream at twitch.tv/widdz, you know I rant quite a lot about everything that's on my mind. That's kinda how it works as a streamer, at least for me. You just talk about anything that's on your mind. Since who wanna watch somebody that's quiet 100% of the stream, right? So this is like the first time I'm uploading a rant from my stream, which I think is something that I do want to do more. Since a lot of times it is stuff I do want to cover, and I definitely know that a lot of you guys on YouTube that don't watch my stream would like to hear my opinions on it. So I might as well make a video from the stream and just put it on YouTube. Of course, I will cut out some parts, making it easier for you to watch. If you feel like you would like these type of videos, make sure to give the video a like or a comment. And also feel free to comment your opinions about the current PvP state and yeah, just the game in general. And remember, this is just my opinions and nothing else. And yeah, the video you're gonna watch is 100% unscripted, no keywords or anything, and it was never planned as a video, so keep that in mind. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. I mean, I will try PvP if I get the chance, sure. But if I know I'm gonna play a full Pepega build, like I just swap like I just did. Because I know I don't like that PvP experience. Like most of the PvP is not fun to me. So I'm not gonna do it. If there's a chance for it that it could be fun, then sure, I give it a chance. If it's not fun, I just swap server and continue farming. It's really rare that the PvP is fun. Because I want a lot of players, but at the same time I don't want them to try out like it's a MLG final in a 4-man group, you know? Because there's nothing you can do when people rush you with like 2, 3, 4 guys hip firing you with the LMGs or SMGs with defender drones and shields. Like, it's just pointless, right? Like Division right now, it's not a PvP game. It's never been a PvP game though, but the PvP definitely been better than this. So why suffer, you know? I will definitely give it more try like next patch, but right now I'm not too interested in it. Because I don't have fun with it. Doesn't matter if I'm dominating or if I die, like both scenarios, it's just not fun to me. Sometimes it is, but it's really, really rare. It's like 183, but way worse for me personally. I don't mind farming. It's just right now there's really nothing to farm. But I still like it's pretty chill to just clear some landmark, you know, talk a bit. Maybe get some drops, you know. I mean, I find that more enjoyable than PvP most of the time, so. Next patch, depending on what they do, it could be really scary. It could be full LMG hipfire meta. With people being super tanky. Depending on what they do. Of course, I already actually messaged them, even though I haven't really talked to the devs that much. But I thought like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna at least mention that. Because I just let them do whatever they want to do, you know. They have a different vision than me, and I accept that. So why should I don't know. I just let them do their thing, you know. I don't want to impact anything really. I just want to sit back and watch, you know. Generic? I guess something that I really find annoying in PvP is that there's so little ways to outplay, right? So if you position yourself wrong, or if you like potato a bit, then you just die, right? Like that's basically it. I mean, hell, only if you position yourself wrong, you're basically dead. Like it's all about positioning, and then I guess a little bit of aim. That's basically it. Which is just not enough when the aiming is so easy and time to kill so fast, right? Recall is super easy. The movement is way slower than before. Time to kill is way faster, right? So it's just really hard. Like it's just really low skill gap because of it. You just need to position yourself good and you basically won the fight. Like positioning is so much. And then yeah, if you have like, sure, you still get rewarded somewhat for aim, but mainly positioning. Like, I think it's fine that positioning is a like huge thing. I just would like some more outplay factors in the game, right? Like right now, pressing defender drone or a shield and holding the button with the SMG, hip firing, or LMG hip firing, that to me is just really stupid. That's even less aim when you hip fire, right? Just push and hip fire, like that's even less aiming than ADSing with this low recoil and shit, right? At least like the headshot damage is not bad in this game. Like it's a bit better than Division 1. But then again, it's way easier, like less recoil and all that, so it's easier to aim, right? And slower movement. So in the end, it doesn't matter too much. And yeah, faster time to kill as well, right? We will see what they do. Hopefully, they surprise me. Like, not even talking about the meta, right? It's just the PvP modes to me. Like, Dark Zone is not the same as it was in Division 1. And I think a lot of PvP players would agree that that sucks, right? It's just not as exciting it could be back in Division 1. And Conflict, like 4v4 modes, in my opinion, have never really been... Like 1v1s, 4v4s to me have never been like fun or exciting. For me personally. Because I always, as I said many times, I always preferred like soloing against multiple people or like 4v server. That's what I found fun. So when they take away the way Dark Zone used to work, it just, yeah, it's just like, yeah, how do you PvP right now? Like the Dark Zone, it's not good at all really for PvP. It's too little people, and then meta as well. Like it just, yeah. Open world PvP was, yeah, exactly. Like that was the good thing with Division PvP, in my opinion. As I said, Division have never been an amazing PvP game. I mean, what made it to me so great and fun PvP experience was Dark Zone. Because it was a bit unpredictable, even though, yeah, it's pretty predictable, but compared to like a 4v4 deathmatch, it's way more unpredictable. Like you go rogue, you kill one guy, will the server show up? Will two guys show up? 8, 15, 0, like you never know, right? And obviously the challenge of facing multiple players with a build was kind of unique and pretty fun. Setting up a build and then, yeah, just try it out against a lot of people, right, for the challenge. I think a lot of what I just said, though, I think it's fixable to some extent. Because right now, for example, if they would make Dark Zone, let's say they up it to 16, or even just fill up the servers, that would do a lot. And if they would add rogue status, for example, so like rogue police is back. Like I miss rogue police, actually, I do. Rogue status in occupied, and it would work the same way like Rogue 1.0. Friendly fire is still a thing. And you don't buy it off at a station. Maybe you do. You get, for every kill you kill, you get instantly the experience, and the other guys still lose experience. So even if you die with 20 kills and you didn't buy it off or the timer went off, you still get the experience because you get the experience instantly for a kill, like you get right now. But maybe when you reach manhunt, you reach manhunt status, then if you get additionally like 5 or 10 kills, then it resets. And you start over from rank 1 and you get some rewards, right? You could do like different stuff there, definitely. But adding the rogue status, I think, would do really good for PvP. Fuck, I was gonna talk about something else. Yeah, okay, yeah, how to fix, yeah. So I think that would come a long way. Then I guess for PvP modes, I would love to see like a free-for-all. Or like 8v8 or 10v10 or something more like that. Even though like PvP modes to me is not too fun, I would definitely enjoy a free-for-all mode. But then for love of God, please add a streamer mode or something so players don't know that it's a streamer YouTuber in the game, dude. I could see that like queuing free for all, then you get stream sniped as a streamer and you just have everybody against you anyway. But still, like free for all would be fun. Then in terms of the meta, just changing, they already did that though. Changes to defender drone. It's a good start. And obviously the hipfire, in my opinion, I liked hipfire in the 1.0, 1 to 1.3 when hipfire was actually super tight. Because then you got rewarded for good aim with hipfire. But they just nerfed hipfire over and over all the time with the headshot damage getting lower. And at 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, the hipfire reticle was so big, so if you had really good aim, it didn't really matter because the reticle was so big, right? Like the tighter bloom, the more precise aim gonna matter. Good aim gonna matter, right? If it's super big on the screen, it's not gonna matter that much. Because everybody can keep, like the bigger, like if it's on the dot in the middle, that's gonna be way harder to keep at the enemies, right? Compared to if, like it's a super big crosser, right? Then it's a bit easier to keep it at people. So with that in mind, and the way the devs want the game to be played, they don't want you to run in hipfire. I think hipfire should just be completely dogshit in Division 2. It should only be like a last thing to do. It should never, people should never feel like the first thing they want to do in a fight is to hipfire. Then you have to look into the hipfire. Like hipfire should be a last resort. So taking away crit, you realize that they wanna take away the hipfire, right? But taking away crit won't do shit. It will only nerf SMG hipfire. LMGs, AR, you don't play crit. And even if you did, if you are closer than 10 meters, you won't crit. So it doesn't have any impact at all for LMG and AR, for example. And LMGs are already so freaking powerful when it comes to mag size, when it comes to damage, DPS, and all that, right? So even in this patch, like people hipfire with that. But imagine what they're doing right now on the PTS, the test on the PTS. It's making people tankier. They're increasing bonus armor and health on attributes by double, which means we get tankier. On top of that, they're adding a PvP modifier, which makes people tankier. And the tankier you get, the easier it will be to close distance, right? And if you can close distance super easy, people are just gonna close distance. Let's say like one guy is there. He can just push you way easier if he's super tanky. If it's not, you're just gonna burst him before he can even move, right? But with the tankier meta, he's gonna be able to close in easier, and then he will just hipfire you. And then everybody will run in circles and just hipfire. In Division 2. Like the tankier you make people, the easier that's gonna happen. So I'm kind of worried about that. Like Nemesis, I'm pressing mouse 1. You see, my gun doesn't shoot. The only time you can shoot Nemesis is when you 8S. Right? So if they don't want people to run in hipfire, like 100%, they don't want people to run in hipfire in PvP and run like in circles and hipfire. So I mean, I wouldn't actually be pissed if they just took away hipfire completely. I would actually like that. But I feel like they could piss off some people, so maybe that's not the best thing to do. But then at least lower the damage or something. Like it needs to be some drastic changes to hipfire. Unless they want the game to be a hipfire fest with absolutely no fucking skill at all. Just people running around like this in this tactical shooter, right? Like that's the last thing they want to happen. Like I know that. So maybe just lower the damage in that case. Because hipfire could still be a thing, but it should never be #1 thing for any player to do. You should always 8S. If you're thinking what I just said, and you're thinking how the devs want the PvP to be, then it makes all sense what I'm saying, right? I kind of lost myself where I'm at. Oh yeah, okay, good, I saw that in chat. That's exactly what I've been saying. So a lot of games, I think Siege is doing this. Obviously, it's not the right game to compare to when it comes to Division. But probably other games do this as well. But hipfire and ADS in Siege have the same... I'm dead, by the way. Have the same movement speed. That's actually what I wanted it to be. Like, I want ADS and hipfire to be the same movement speed. Then sure, you can hipfire, but you won't gain any movement speed. That's still gonna make hipfire usable in certain scenarios, right? If people are super close, sometimes you get so close to people that ADSing gets really hard because you're so close. Then hipfire could still be useful even though you're moving slower. So I think that could be a way as well to fix it. Because if they right up in your face and they can move around you in a circle, right? Then it's pretty hard if you have a bit lower sense to keep up. So then maybe you want to hipfire, right? Like that's the scenario. So that's something, I think I even said it in Div 1. Yeah, I definitely did. Like movement speed while ADSing and hipfiring should be same speed. Then you don't even have to, then you can still have the normal damage on hipfire. Because the reasoning why a lot of people hipfire is because you have higher movement speed and you're harder to hit. That's the main reason why people hipfire. For the movement speed. It's not because they're more accurate. I mean, maybe some people are more accurate by hipfiring if they're really bad at ADSing, but majority of people are more precise when they ADS. Strafe. I want you guys to think, like, keep something in mind with everything I'm saying. Is that Division 2, the dev's vision with Division 2 is for the game to be a cover-based shooter, right? Or at least in PvP to be a tactical shooter. So with that in mind, I think everything I just said makes sense. You don't have a tactical shooter where you strafe or where you run around in the open just doing like this. That's not tactical at all. That's what I'm keeping in mind. I'm not exactly thinking what I want the game to be. I'm keeping in mind, like, that the game, yeah, like with the devs thinking, right? Because if I could get the game exactly how I wanted, I wouldn't mind going back to 1.0 with super tight reticle spreads and super fast speed and just lasering people with insane headshot damage to the head while moving super fast, because that was like the most skill gap the game ever had and it was super fun. But they don't want to have that in their game, right? Is there anything else I missed in the rant? New video. Okay, like I started talking about this and then I realized, okay, like I need to make a video like this, and I started, I was recording, and then I was like, okay, might as well just do every rant I can, and then I can watch this later and like type down it for my script, right? That's why I kind of didn't read chat too much. But I guess that's basically my opinions. What I think. Doesn't mean that it's right? That's just what I think. With in mind where the devs want the game to be, right? My opinion is never hipfire ever. I mean, hipfire PvP, like, if that becomes meta, it doesn't make sense for this game. And then they will, if they see that that's the PvP, they will facepalm and be like, well, how the fuck did we let this happen again? Seems like Division 2 getting casualized. Yeah. You notice now?